Good morning, Rhonda.
Good morning, Oz.
How?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us again today.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Barbara, we love you. You're always here for us. Thank you so much, Barbara. And Melissa, she dropped in. She stopped in to say hi, and she's got a Zoom meeting that she can't make it today, but she said she'll catch you tomorrow. So thank you, Melissa, for that update. I uh, I gotta say, it's really, Rhonda and I were talking about this. It's nice to have folks, our group, come in and support us. We really do appreciate it. I was just telling Rhonda, I'm gonna keep doing these shows as long as I can, and we hope to evolve them. And this is the thing. This is how to or not to develop a social media program. Rhonda, what are your feelings on what we're doing?
I think it's fabulous, but I'm a little biased, as you might know. But what we're doing is really helping just regular people develop their own voice. Everybody has like a passion within them that they, want to be able to talk about, or they know so much about, or they just can have fun. So we really are developing at the true grassroots levels these shows, these voices, and being able to put them all in one channel is going to be amazing. So I'm really excited how this is really going to develop as we keep going this route. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we have, like the nappy headed ho ho gal. I love her. She's fantastic, and she spoke to this. Check her out too. She's marvelous. She spoke about this yesterday, about how we as independent social media folks are supporting the lesser numbers, the small people coming into it, because, like Rhonda says, we're really the people. We don't have big corporations behind us, and we're not trying to propagandize you or anything else. We're just trying to elevate your voice, and that's the goal here. We need to, social media now with the pandemic more than ever, push these things. And when things get better, where we can get out on the street and do more verbalization about progressive issues that really matter to the people, we hope we take these skills that we learned through social media, especially with speaking, and utilize that in our alternate reality right now, which is going outside. So it's a real tough thing to go. And I notice that my speaking skills, I hope they're better, that I don't flobber too much and mind freeze and stuff. I know that everybody that we're working with seems to be getting better and better at speaking on the issues. It's practice. We're in school, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. So is
It
that
is. It is practice. And this is really, especially for the next little bit, the way that we are communicating with each other, is through online
Yeah, it is. It
programs.
is
So
online, and that's it's exciting. It's fun. We don't have to sit around and be bummed out by everything we have. We can kind of lean on each other's shoulders and go forward. That being said, I want to make a couple of big plugs out there. First of all, and I'm going to do it again. We're going to do it again. The Accidental Activist with Shanda Masta is going to premiere tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and next week we're gonna move it to 8 o'clock because there's a phone banking conflict at 7 o'clock normally. So we understand if you folks can't make the phone banking or vice versa, or Shanda, we know. We just want to support each other the way we can. So we're really looking forward to Shanda Masta, the Accidental Activist, tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific. She's terrific. She's done some excellent work on her first show, and I just can't wait to see her get out there. And speaking of the Accidental Action, good morning, Shanda. Welcome.
oh,
Uh,
good morning. She's in
she's
there.
in. She's in the
I
house.
reached I reached out to her early, and was going to see if she wanted to come on today just to kind of talk
Yeah,
with us and then get her going for tonight's show.
yeah.
Um, But I didn't reach out to her early enough. So sorry, Shanda.
No,
There's still a message in there.
My fault. I talked to her this morning. She was up at the crack of dawn. You know, the early bird gets the worm. Well, Shanda, the activist, is on that news cycle first thing in the morning, which is you got to be engaged, and she definitely knows what the hell she's talking about. As a matter of fact, I bounced one story off of her, and she just kind of flew apart and said, "Yeah, I read it in the first line. No kidding." You know, it's like, thank you. I am not living in an alternate reality. There are sane people out there, so that's great, and I appreciate that, Shanda. All you do for the progressive movement and the people of the country and the planet. The other quick plug is we would love for you to help us. We need your help. Go over to Rockfin. Just sign up for Rockfin and give us some love over there.
The link is in the description, right?
If it isn't, I'm going to double check. It should be, but Rockfin, Uphill Media. Get over there, just sign up. It's free to sign up, and then try and bring some folks in, and maybe you'll like some premium content that we're starting to upload over there. That'll be really helpful. Rhonda, I guess we should get our wade into the cesspool of a news cycle this morning. What do you think?
Let's do it!
Oh, my God. And first thing, again, my most non-favorite topic or personality is Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I mean, they're throwing out something. Anyway, I'll let Crystal weigh in on this for a couple of seconds, and then we'll go from there. Oh, my God.
All right.
My God. Tell me if you can hear this, Rhonda.
All right, Crystal, what's on your radar?
Well, a new CNN poll is out with some pretty fascinating results for the Biden versus Trump head-to-head matchup. Biden does currently lead Trump nationally, but in a 2016-esque nightmare scenario for Democrats, Trump is actually leading in the battleground states. Word of caution is required here, however. The battleground states poll does have a larger margin of error, and other polls of the top battleground states appear to give Biden the edge right now. In fact, a Wisconsin poll this week has Biden edging Trump by 3. Honestly, though, this race should have been Trump's to lose. What we've seen with the coronavirus pandemic is that the American public is overwhelmingly grateful to any politician in leadership who appears even vaguely commanding and proactive, regardless of party affiliation. Republican Mike DeWine of Ohio is now sitting on the highest approval rating for a governor in the nation after having proactively moved that state's primary and imposed shutdown early. A full 86% of Ohioans approve of DeWine's coronavirus handling. As we've covered here, Andrew Cuomo, he's actually not done that great a job substantively on coronavirus response, but he has projected that big boss man energy and had a major assist from the media. So 81% of New York residents rate his handling favorably. Cuomo's numbers to me are actually so revealing.
Okay, I think that's enough of that. You get the idea. I mean, yeah, this presidential election cycle shit show sort of a thing in November, it's up for grabs right now, and it's shocking to me that it is up for grabs, not from the standpoint of Trump being the incumbent, but Joe Biden. I think Crystal should say it's Joe Biden's to lose, in the sense of he's just sitting there in his cave, his bunker in Delaware, and not really doing much at all. Who's going to win in November? Well, I say the person's going to win who's going to come out with the best policy or the best talking points about the handling of the economy and the coronavirus. That said, I think Trump is poised to really take it away and get a landslide if he does the progressive, the populist thing. Get money to the people, get their jobs shored up, get the payroll protections shored up. If he does that, he will do a landslide. But if he takes McConnell's advice and Munchin's advice and just sits back and wait and see, then Joe Biden could possibly, beat him because people just want to go back to sleep and have an Obama-esque period of time. What's your feeling on that, Rhonda?
I can't argue with you.
Please,
actually.
I wish you would.
I know. I mean, it'd make better TV. Damn it, Oz, you're wrong.
Yeah.
But no, it is down to that. I mean, I don't see how Joe's going to come out fighting for us, though, because that's his donors don't want him to. I don't see him fighting to get money to the people who haven't seen it yet. I don't see it coming. So I think Trump may come out and say some stuff about taking care of the people, the populist voice, just at the right time. Doesn't mean he'll follow through with it, though.
Well, this is the thing. It's like going to be show me the money with Trump. And all he has to do, get another $1,200 stimulus to the people or more. If he comes out with a plan.
I don't think another 12 is going to do it.
Well,
I mean,
it'll eke him towards that finish line. But I think that $2,000 a month for what, 4 months? Would that do it?
I won't do it. No, but
for Trump,
will that do it? Give him the votes? Yeah, I think it would.
That's what I mean. There's the solution here is after Pelosi and company, in collusion with the Republicans, the GOP, took $5.5 trillion and basically gave it away to the corporations, the big donors, they healed them up. Now they're futzing around with this next bill, the HEROES, whatever the hell it is, bill, which we're going to go into in a few minutes. I just think that if Trump and the GOP stop this wait and see shit and actually start helping people, they're going to ensure another term of Trump. That's just where I'm coming from. Last word on that before we move along.
I agree.
That's it. You agree. I think, I guess the three faces of Joe Biden, again, with the Tara Reid thing coming down, and now, and I just say that because because it's all falling apart, and it's just like they're deflecting, and they're focusing on the VP, which they should, but announce it for the love of God. Kamala Harris and Amy Klobuchar. I think somebody alluded this morning about Amy Klobuchar being his VP, and I thought, well, that's interesting. Completely role reversal. It was Clinton Kane. Clinton, Kane, and now it's going to be Biden Klobuchar. It's just two shitty neoliberals just to flip the gender going into that. And the disdain for Trump is the only thing that might get the Biden ticket over the edge. So again, it might. I don't think so. Being the betting fool that I am, I'm going to have to say Trump should wipe him out, especially if they listen to.
Oh, hey, I want to say hi to Melissa. Looks like she did join us after all for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, there's
That's
Jilly.
beautiful. Hi, Melissa.
There's Jilly and Melissa. How you doing?
Oh, Jilly's here too. Hi, Jilly.
Hi, Jilly. I that's it. Anyway, moving right along.
Sorry. Wipey Award. Wipey.
Yeah. I want to go to the Wipey Award. The Wipey Award. The Wipey Award. We're going to give it to. We're going to have a co-reception. It's going to be Jeremy Scahill and Fiora Isabella. We love our on-the-ground reporter as much as she possibly can, plus her point of view on so many fronts. I love Fee and Pasta because they're not. They don't go with the normal or the average stuff from the progressive left. They really bite the thing hard and go after the core things of how they really feel. They're not trying to make friends. They're trying to promote truth. At least that's in my opinion. Great job to the 10 Democrats who voted against the Wyden-Daines amendment that would have prohibited the FBI warrantless surveillance of web browser history. Special shout out to Bernie Sanders, who didn't show up to vote. It was defeated by one vote. Now, I have to say that actually, Rhonda, you're the one that took a little exception to this and not and beating up on Bernie, because this is where we're going to go with this.
I took an exception to beating up on him?
Well, you said, well, you can't lay it all on Bernie. It's, what's your position on that? Maybe
I didn't say that.
What's your position? I want to make sure I don't misquote you. So tell us how you feel about Bernie not showing up for this vote.
Well, one is wondering why he wasn't able to, and others are they not voting? I guess I'm not paying close enough attention. Are they not voting remotely? Is this only happening, in DC? And then why aren't they enacting remote voting, letting them be on camera and vote. I don't know. By one vote, I do agree with Fiorella, though. If that one vote matters, and I know he's not the only one vote that probably could have been there, but we know for sure, or feel pretty strongly, that he would have been that one vote to make this not happen.
You're right.
So yeah, it's not all on him, because there are others, but we do believe that, or have seen him in the past stand up and shout this stuff out to us, and or let us know about things happening. And this is actually a pretty big one. I have to agree with Fiorella. This is warrantless access to our browsing histories and things.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I get it. And let's see what Sue says here in response. He's in Vermont. He has to stay home now. He's high risk. And Fiorella came back, and I agree with her. It's completely reasonable. Okay, sure, but I haven't seen anything in regard to this from him. He should sound the alarm and let us know. This is a big deal. It's not all on him, but it is a big deal. And we lost by one vote. I mean, come on. There have been votes in the past. Remember the single-payer bill back in the Obama days when it got torpedoed by the Democratic Party? It was that turd from North Dakota, and Howard Dean that torpedoed that, and it was only by one vote or two votes. Let's see if I can find what Crystal says here about that. She made a statement. I think she even talks about how. Well, let's just shut up and play the clip, Oz, will you?
So an important amendment offered by Senators Wyden and Daines that would have limited the government's ability to get your internet search history,
web browser history,
without a warrant, failed by one vote in the Senate. So a major loss there. And when you dig into who voted against this and who, again, failed by one vote, didn't show up. So 10 Democrats voted against it. Some of them, Sagar, justified it by saying that they trust the FISA court to act as a check. The FISA court that we learned so much about is basically like a rubber stamp on whatever you put in front of it. So that's great. But then of the individuals who didn't show up, one of them was Bernie Sanders, who did not vote on this at all. Patty Murray was another one who likely would have voted for this amendment and gotten across the finish line. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Scale points it out there correctly, which is that if Bernie had showed up, then the vote would have gone differently, and this thing would have been defeated. They needed exactly 60 votes, so they needed 60 senators to approve it for the amendment to pass. And that him not showing up now, I mean, let's think about this, which is that law enforcement officials do not need a search warrant to obtain your internet search history and web browsing. I mean.
Yeah, they could just break it off in your face. And I'm not talking about the old guys and whoever that get on. It's not about the porn. It's about your privacy in general. And if you ain't got nothing to hide, I'll give you a scenario here. You ain't got nothing to hide, but if somebody puts something on there, you're screwed. You're screwed. And you think that these outfits like the FBI, the CIA, and these other scumbag if they want to get rid of you, they can legally go in there now and just take it. Say, hey, you're screwed, or put you in jail and throw away the key without due process. So your feeling on this before we put it to rest?
Yeah. I heard that Patty Murray was another one that
she didn't show.
Did she not show? Yeah. And Patty Murray is in my state. So I will be making phone calls, and I will be sending emails, and I will be expressing how upset I am to her, as well as, as Bernie. I mean, we do need them to show up for these very specific reasons. This was a huge bill. This was huge. And it's disappointing.
Yeah, it is. It's quite disappointing. And
actually, I shouldn't say disappointing. I'm kind of pissed.
Well, yeah.
This is not like that's too bad. No, this is bad.
Well, this is our
shit we needed to stop.
Yeah, this is just a bill designed to screw with the working poor again, And particularly, they're going to target people like us who are activists, who are speaking out to this stuff. Not only do they have the drones already targeted on us, they're spying on us. And if you think you're not being spied on, you better think about it, because in this day and age, with the technology they have, they can spy on anybody they want. They've got algorithms that can pick a needle out of a haystack. So it's beyond troubling. It pisses me off too. I guess let me say hi. Hi again, Melissa. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Jeffrey Pearson. Good morning, Jeffrey Pearson. And who else do we have in there? Did I miss some? I think I missed somebody. Barbara, Jeffrey, Jilly. Hi, Jilly. Let's get into this bill that Pelosi's bringing to the. This is a little convoluted. I had to cut this up a little bit this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi unveiled Democrats' proposal for the next phase of the coronavirus relief legislation on Tuesday, releasing a massive legislative package that Democrats hope to bring a vote as early as Friday. The text of the bill, which spans more than 1,800 pages, includes assistance to state and local governments, hazard pay for frontline healthcare workers, forgiveness of student debt, and bolstering Medicaid and Medicare. The bill is known as the Health and Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solutions Act, or the HEROES Act. God, that's a frickin' mouthful. That's one of those optical things that... This is from, by the way, this is from CBS.
Total optics thing. They call it the Heroes Bill. Just
make you feel good. Hearts and flowers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the bill also includes provisions for assistance for farmers. Oh, this is all good. Sounds good. Protects renters and homeowners from evictions and foreclosures, and extended family and medical leave provisions previously approved by Congress. The legislation would also provide relief for essential workers, which is aviation, rail, Amtrak workers, our supply chain, as well as extended work visas for immigrants. That just sounds beautiful. How does it sound to you?
I don't know. I'd like to see what really is that in that protect renters and homeowners from evictions and foreclosures. I'm interested in seeing what that's about.
Well, let's see what Sagar and Crystal say about this. Again, when it comes to Nancy Pelosi, who is a self-made millions heir by being in Congress, let's just see what they got to say here. I don't buy it for a second. I think it's another BS bill, and it's going to screw us. So here we go.
We've been covering here this week the pluses and many minuses of the Democratic relief bill that has been proposed now for the House. And we've also been tracking what progressives might do. They've been unhappy since some of their priorities were pointedly not included in that bill. And we actually have some new reporting on that front this morning.
That's right. New reporting from friend of the show, Daniel Marins of the Huffington Post. He's a great reporter over there. Let's bring Daniel in now, and he joins us now live via Skype. Dan, it's great to see you.
Great to be here. And what I learned pretty late last night is that the leaders of the Progressive Caucus, Congress people, Pramila Jayapal and Mark Pocan, are at least going to try to sort of threaten Speaker Pelosi with the prospect of a defeat on the House floor by assembling the 18 votes they would need, assuming it's a party line vote, which I think we can definitely assume, and unless they get some changes that they want, and that would include federal direct guarantees of people's paychecks and some kind of a public health insurance expansion that goes beyond sort of the COBRA subsidy that is in the current version of the bill. Again, that's when people can keep their employer insurance. This would have added a government picking up the tab for employees' shares. And they plan to do that ideally by reaching out to members of the Congressional Black, Hispanic, and Asian.
And bingo, that's it. Okay, the bill has all these sweet, warm, and cuddly things in it, but it doesn't cover the basic things like the PPP, which is the Payroll Protection Plan, and it doesn't say anything about helping people with their health care at all. I mean, it's, they are trying to push this subsidizing the COBRA for these people. The COBRA... they
want to use our taxpayer money to pay into the private healthcare insurance industry versus just paying into our own Medicare system, which is designed to use our tax dollars and not, benefit the CEOs. Yeah, brilliant. I think that's, come on, really?
Yeah,
Nothing at all?
nothing at all. I mean, all these half measures and this feel good shit. When the problem is people are losing their homes, they're losing their jobs. Unemployment I saw today is another 3 million. Another, it's crazy.
But they're going to open up they're going to open it up now, right, Oz? There's going to be plenty of work for people.
Yeah,
sure. They can catch up.
Yeah, they can catch the coronavirus and die. Yeah. Let's do that. California extended the lockdown till July, the end of July. Yeah, I mean, everything's going to start slowly, and again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. If the Trump administration really wants to win, all they got to do is give us some bigger crumbs from the table, and that might just put them over the edge. But Pelosi and company, they are working for the health insurance lobby, these companies, all of them. They're working for Raytheon, the military-industrial complex. They will not do anything or make any overtures to a Medicare for all or even a covered health care situation during a pandemic. What the F? Are you kidding me? People are having to buy supplemental insurance because of pre-existing conditions or anything else. And look at our people who don't have money now to cover their insulin. I mean, are you kidding? It's crazy. I don't know. Let's let this finish out because it's just breaking my brain. It's more shucking and jiving from the Pelosi and Schumer and company, and they're not addressing what we really need to do. Now, here's some good points here from this gentleman.
For more collective action, I'd also add one thing that was really interesting here. Normally, there have been outside groups sort of pushing the Progressive Caucus to go hard. In this case, you had Congresswoman Jayapal, sort of vocally speaking up against Pelosi on a conference call and going hard against her in the press and sort of mobilizing this strategy. And you have a coalition of outside groups, including Indivisible, Move On, a handful of others, ranging from mainstream liberal to kind of far left, who are like, this bill's great. And so there was either a lack of communication from Jayapal's office to these outside groups or going in the other direction. But there are two pieces to the puzzle here. It needs to be an inside-outside strategy. Again, as it I think typically is on the conservative side with groups like Americans for Prosperity.
That is so interesting. And what do you make of the fact, I mean, let's be honest, the stakes are very low in this bill. Right. The Senate is not even negotiating with the House Democrats. The White House is not particularly interested in doing anything. Like, this bill is not going to pass the Senate. It is purely a messaging bill. It's purely to send a signal of like what your ideal program would be. So why, when the stakes are so low, do you think that Pelosi and House leadership really made a point of leaving off the table some of these key progressive priorities?
I'm going to let him answer that, but this is the thing. The progressives, the so-called progressives in Congress, they need to grow that spine and they need to leave it engaged into their neck. Because we keep giving up, whether it's we're going to vote for Biden anyway because Trump and all this other stuff. We cannot let down our guard on these things. Do you agree, Rhonda?
Oh, totally agree. Nancy and them, they just want to be done with anything that could possibly question their status quo. They just want to have nothing to do with it. So yeah, this bill, which is really sad that it really is just this window dressing.
Yeah, optics.
It's really sad that it is down to that. It's, that it doesn't have the teeth because it's really what is truly needed here. But to go beyond that and have our own Democratic leaders refuse to even pretend like they care about us. I mean, come on. This is bullshit. Yeah. I mean, we are in, as you said, a pandemic here, and they don't give a shit. They don't care.
Tell us how you really feel, Rhonda.
I might one day. I might. I'll think about it.
Well, let's let him answer this question, and before everybody forgets what the hell it was, here we go.
And I should say also including some basically giveaways for special interests, things like allowing trade associations that represent corporations who may already be getting bailout money to receive small business loans, right? So these are things that are very controversial. There's no provision blocking corporate mergers, which again, these corporations are getting massive amounts of money from the government, and we're at a time of unprecedented corporate consolidation. That was something that antitrust experts had been pushing for, and they're one of the rare contingents that have spoken out against the bill. So it's both what's excluded and also what's included, ironically. But look, I haven't done deep reporting into sort of the speaker's motives, but I can tell you what my experience has been with Democratic House leadership in general and their thinking. I suspect that they were thinking if they do some kind of a Medicare insurance expansion, for example,
here it comes,
that they would be maybe putting Joe Biden in a position where they could be outflanking him to the left. I think that they frankly were probably protecting their rank and file members' need for corporate PAC money and individual executive money.
Yep.
And, you know, in terms of the payroll guarantee thing, that was supposedly something where House Ways and Means Chairman Richie Neal preferred this sort of Rube Goldberg style tax credit system. And, you know, he is the #1 recipient of corporate cash in the House. He's facing a progressive primary challenge on September 1st in Massachusetts, in Western Mass. He's one of the rare members of Congress who hasn't signed on to the Disclose Act, which would increase transparency for corporate donations. So for some people, this is just genuinely what they believe. And then finally, I think Speaker Pelosi, in my opinion, and again, I don't have, I can't cite to you reasonable evidence here, but in my opinion, more than any one policy goal, she is thoroughly committed to denying progressives independent style power in the House. I think that.
Bingo, that's it. They are not going to give a crumb to the progressives on anything. Thus is circle the wagons. Joe Biden's your candidate. Screw you guys. We don't need you. We can beat Trump with the old vote because we own the mainstream media, and it's bad Trump, but Trump, anything, vote blue no matter who. That's it. So I think, you know, for those of us, particularly in this group, we're all engaged. We see right through this bullshit every single time. And that brings us to how are we going to change that? We are going to do what, Rhonda?
Oh, so many things. Well, I know with Pelosi, there is somebody running against her. So everybody that is able to, there is a way to vote her out. And not just to vote her out, we actually go beyond that and actually come out and say we are for the person that is running against her, Shahid Buttar.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that?
Shahid Buttar. If there's any, and I've said it before on this show, if there's anybody we need to beat, it's Pelosi, and Shahid Buttar has the tools. He's got the brains. He's got the backing. So all those down there in the Frisco area, please, let's get Pelosi out of there because she's just a gluttonous capital donor class shill tool piece of garbage. And I can say plenty about the Republicans, but I'm not going to throw stones when our own House, supposedly the House of the People, which is bullshit, with Pelosi and Schumer. Oh, my God in heaven. So, yeah, Rhonda, we
you can volunteer from afar,
yeah.
FYI.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, seriously, we can all sit back here and be armchair quarterbacks, but we need to get rid of these people. We need to vote out Rick Larson and vote in Jason Call in Washington State.
Yes.
We need to get rid of Kilmer and have Rebecca Parson in there instead of Kilmer.
Yes.
You know, there's just a myriad of them.
They get Joshua Collins in.
Yeah, Joshua.
There's no incumbent anymore.
Yeah, this isn't just rah-rah. This is life and damn death, you guys. And I think we're preaching to the choir.
It is life and death, but it is a little rah-rah. We got Christopher Armitage.
Yeah, Christopher Armitage. Yeah, we've got it. The only way we're going to beat this is to unseat all of the tools on in both parties who work for the same donor class. Get them out of there.
Not just Congress, though, people. Look at your state legislature.
Oh, for God's sakes, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We've got Mariana
Yeah.
Everson running for state
Yeah.
rep here, and she is going to champion our universal single-payer health care from whole Washington.
So that's
just one. So you guys can do so much.
Yeah, look at your state. Look at your progressive champions who are particularly running against Democratic incumbents. Those are the ones that are keeping us down. Everybody says, well, what about the Republicans? Well, we already know about them, but the ones that are screwing you, the ones that don't have any spine or actually just sold out tools for the donor class, are these Democratic Republicans. And you just saw here, they want to protect themselves, their money flow coming in, and they can give a shit about anybody else's health care, about people dying from lack of services, and they talk about this access crap. That's the first key. Access to affordable health care. That is establishment talking points. If any of them spew that line of crap, just don't even bother looking at them because they're working for demand, the medical insurance industry. I guess we've beaten the hell out of this morning, and I would imagine that everybody here is Sharon joined us. Good morning, Sharon Abreu.
Oh, hi, Sharon.
Yeah, and again, Mariana Everson, Sharon Abreu says we got Mariana Everson, Washington State, and other states have Marianas. Vote them in, vote those scumbags out. Mariana is running against Clint Bryson in the primary. He is a corporate-crat. He's one of these union leaders who want to lay in bed with the donor class. And if Clint happens to see me talking about, I'll debate you. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Jim Walsh is the incumbent.
Oh,
He's
God,
the Republican incumbent.
He's terrible, too.
We need to get him out. This is my district. So I am doing everything I can. Or whatever, we're going to do everything we can to get married.
Yeah, we need to take care of our own in each and every state, and California is no exception.
No.
Vermont, New England, Massachusetts, everywhere. Come on, guys, let's get with it. Anyway, that's our show for today. We do want to make our plugs out for other shows, and tonight is premiering The Accidental Activist with Shanda Elmasta.
I cannot wait. I'm going to have to watch it after, but I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then we have Marcus and Dennis from Germany at 10 a.m. Saturday morning
I
Pacific
love those
Times.
guys.
Yeah, we got Larry Taylor on Sundays. And please support Uphill Media on Rockfin and other platforms which are evolving. And I think Amber King is working on Brave New Future. That should be coming out on Friday evenings. We're looking forward to that. And to everybody here, thank you for supporting us. I know we try not to take more than 30 minutes out of your day, and we hope it's a lively discussion and doesn't burn me out too much. So that being said, we're going to our movie pick of the morning, our little fun part of the show. It's Dutch, back from 1991 with our friend from Married with Children. God, I just froze his name. Ed O'Neill. So Dutch. And oh, by the way, tomorrow it's Animal House Friday. Toga. So hopefully we'll get Amber and Shanda to dress up. I think Shanda's already got her stuff ready, but we're all ready.
She does.
I don't want to show my naked torso to anybody, so I won't put you guys through that. But Dutch is the movie pick for today. Let's watch this clip right here real quick.
Oh, so mad. Could cry. Let me go down and get him. I'm a communicator. I'm a breakthrough kind of guy.
Your mom's on the phone. I don't have a mom. You may have a mom. I have a mother.
They've only just met.
I'm a friend of your mother's. I came to get you to bring you home.
And already, they get along. Like family.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
What do you like to do for fun? Oh, you like to wiggle and grunt. Me too.
So you and Doyle are getting along well.
He's not a bad kid. We're getting along just great. Come on, give it to me, Pipsqueak. We're taking our time. We're seeing the country. And as Doyle himself said, nothing beats traveling the highways and byways.
Okay, sugar, what'll it be? What won't make me vomit? Give me the keys.
This isn't working out. We're not masters of the highway. We were robbed by homebound hookers.
Only because you fell asleep and I got excited.
You did?
Wonder where Dutch and Doyle are staying tonight.
Knowing Doyle, it'll be first class.
20th Century Fox presents the story of a boy
I got a deck of racy playing cards.
who lost the child in himself and the man who helped him find it.
Is that your most pathetic look? That's not gonna get us a ride. This is pathetic. Try it. See, I'm not such a bad guy, huh?
Dutch.
You're like a great big demented child.
Yeah, those
Demented child.
those were the fun days. I mean, movies when you could find them, and it's not all at murder, death, kill back then. It was social situations, and it's this one was like they're trying to find their way back home, like Planes, Trains, Automobiles, which we'll feature with John Candy and Steve Martin, which is another terrific movie. Classic. It's classic. And, so this was Throwback Thursday, so I tried to find a throwback movie. So I threw back to 1991. And fortunately, we didn't have to throw up because that was a pretty doggone good movie. Anyway, thank you so much, Rhonda Walker, for another fun morning show. I hope you guys enjoyed our little thing going on. I got to say, it's, again, I really do appreciate the support and everything from everybody. So we're looking forward to tomorrow, Animal House Friday. It's going to be toga, toga, toga. But we're going to go out with this group. It's called the Hindley Street Country Club. And this guy's got a great voice, and they're very talented, and hopefully won't get copyright strike. It's not licensed, so I hope not. But, again, have a great day, and I hope you all find your way back home one of these days. So thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.